Hello, you beautiful people. It's me, Mars, out here at Enjacor Retreat Center in beautiful Blue Valley, Costa Rica. Just look at this, up in the treehouse, out in nature. This is where I take my clients to come relax, de-stress, reassess their situation, think about their lives, connect with their health, connect to their consciousness, to self-reflect, to find themselves. And I have a powerful concept for you today, which is explicit versus implicit explaining and understanding. So let's start with explicit. If I have to say something to you explicitly, I'm using my words to describe exactly what it is that I want you to do or understand. So an example of this is, if I want you to follow me, I'll say, hey you, let's go over here to this treehouse instead. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm explaining it to you. That's explicit, right? But if I say something to you, if I don't say anything to you, and I kind of look at you and I just go, and I just start walking, and you get that that's me signaling you to follow me, you understood that implicitly, right? You can understand implicitly through body language. You know, some people are more empathetic and they pick up on stuff like that easier. But it's not always an emotional or body language thing. I think the most important thing I want to show is that some of the deepest things that can be understood in life can only be understood implicitly. You could never use words to truly explain them. So a concept like infinity can only be understood implicitly. Yes, I can use words to explain on how it goes on and on forever and ever and ever. But as a little kid who doesn't understand what infinity is, you're teaching them math. So imagine this little kid, he's sitting there and you're explaining mathematics to him. So you go, 1 + 1 is 2. Kid's like, okay, yeah, 2 + 1 is 3. Okay, and the kid's like, what's after that? 4. And after that, 5. And you take him to 100. And then what? Oh, and I go another 100, 200. So what's after 100? 1,000. And what's after 1,000? 10,000, 1,000,000, 1,000,000,000, 1,000,000,000,000, right? And the kid's just going to keep asking, what's next, what's next? You're never going to reach infinity, but there's an aha moment where the kid realizes, like, oh, I can do this forever and ever and ever. It never ends. And when they reach infinity, it's an understanding that happens implicitly, right? It can never fully be said. And I think some of the most beautiful things in life, when we're talking about what reality is, what God is, what is spirituality, what our purpose is here, what intuition is, all of these things cannot be explicitly expressed to you through words, through conventional methods, like a book. This is why people argue these things to death. Why have people been arguing about these subjects for thousands of years? People have killed each other over this stuff, right? Because they're arguing over their explicit explanations of what infinity is, of what consciousness is, of what all of this beautiful stuff all around me and all around us, what all of this is. And there's all this arguing and fighting over it. Now, does that mean some people will say that means it can't be understood? There's no way to truly understand this stuff, and there's not even a point in trying. My counter argument to that is that there is. So some people will say, Mars, prove it to me then. If there's all this stuff that you talk about, if it's real, prove it. My whole point is that you can't. That doesn't mean that it doesn't exist, though. Now, am I asking you to take my word for it? No. Believing me is not going to help you, right? I'm challenging you to search inside and look inwards and see for yourself that there is something more to all of this, and your intuition can guide you there. On your own, you don't need me, you don't need anybody, right? But these understandings are completely implicit. They cannot be explicitly expressed to you. So this is about as close as I'm ever going to get to explaining it to you, right? But hey, it's worth a shot. I always see words as arrows, never the things themselves. Words are empty. You're adding the meaning to my words, right? I'm just making noises. Somehow your brain is collecting all the noises that I'm making and you're adding meaning to them, right? So sit with that, think about it, and try to split what things do you know in your understanding that you know explicitly, make logical, concrete sense, you could say, and what things are more implicit in your understanding, and look at the difference between those. And what I'm suggesting is that your understanding, your implicit understanding, can go on for infinity, and it is a beautiful thing. And I think that implicit understanding is more real, even though it's more abstract. It holds more weight in your soul. You can stand with it confidently because it's something that once it's understood, there's no room for doubt. When it's explicit, there's room for argument and debate and all of this. But when you understand something implicitly, nothing can shake you. There's just this understanding, this knowing that comes, that's beyond words, that's beyond explanation. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed my message today. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I'm signing off. So stay healthy, stay blessed, stay connected. I love you guys. Peace.